Good morning, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a Divine Masculine check-in. I am very eager to see what the heck is going on with the DMs. I have sensed a profound shift. Let me say this, a big shifting. For a few months now, there's been quite a bit of chaos in the Divine Masculine Collective. So I want to see where the heck they are, where they're going. And I should say where are we going, right? Because we all have masculine and feminine within. Okay. All right, Spirit. Okay. We have time out. We have environment in reverse. We have health. Good. Taking care of your health, masculines. Anything else for masculine, Spirit? Wait. That was this way. Pride. Okay. I see you. Masculines. We have music, frequency card, and synchronicity. Perfect. Okay, in the unconscious, let's see what we have. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this manifestation right there. Okay, masculines are putting themselves in a timeout to balance their environment around them. There's something here about masculines really reclaiming that which you're proud of, really allowing yourself to celebrate the parts of you that have journeyed so... Let me say it like this. Celebrate the parts of you that made it, that survived, right? There's been a lot of evolution. There's been a lot of rotations. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations and pain and trauma and grief and sorrow and all the things, right? So just masculines, call in gratitude, call in presence, call in the awareness of how far you've come. All right. I feel like these two cards on the end, music and synchronicity, they feel like their own message. So those of you who have watched me for a while know that anytime I see a music card, that's my frequency card. So there's something here about dialing into the frequency of the synchronicities. I swear this came up in either a twin flame masculine side reading or a masculine reading. Something here about... masculines, have you not been trusting in spirit? If you think if you see something happen in your environment or feel something shift in your environment, are you, do you have the awareness of, oh, that might be a synchronicity, but then talk yourself out of it? Oh, the universe wouldn't put that in my path, or God wouldn't gift me that opportunity, or blah, 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 fill in the blank. There's something here about you recalibrating your, excuse me. Wow, that's interesting. My voice just cut out as I was talking about this. Hold on. The one day I don't have water on my desk. Masculines, you're being called to finely tune your instrument, to recalibrate. I used to play violin and viola for a decade when I was young. Don't assume I'm good. I'm actually terrible. I don't even know how that's possible to play as long as I did and be that terrible, but it was. But every time I took out my violin or my viola, I had to tune it, right? You have to tune your instrument before you can play the music, right? So there's something here, masculines, about tuning your body instrument, tuning your heart, tuning your spirit. There's something here about allowing... Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm being interrupted with a different message. Have you been overriding the wisdom and the frequencies that are flowing from your heart, from your spirit, and from your body? Has your mind been overriding them? That feels like the truest message that's come out of here, or not truest, but clearest. So really take accountability and see where the quantum field has been gifting you with all of this awareness, all of these opportunities, all of these synchronicities, and you're just writing them off as, oh, just another day. Spirit and the quantum field is communicating with us 24/7, 365. Always in constant communication. It is up to us to remove any blockages to that awareness, to that communication, to that love. Okay. Whew. let's get into it. Where do we want to go? Yeah, I'm going to use my floral cards again. Those were fun yesterday. In the beginning, when I started this channel, I oddly enough always used this flower deck for my Divine Masculine readings. And I don't know why that is. I just think it's funny because this is such a feminine deck. But yeah, it also makes sense because Divine Masculine has been working on embracing their inner feminine and really allowing their inner feminine the same amount of stage time that they've allowed their inner masculine. Okay, what do we need to know about Divine Masculine energy? What would support them in recognizing these synchronicities, recognizing when spirit is trying to communicate with them? What would support them in recalling and really receiving all of this love and celebration and notoriety and recognition for how far they've come, for what they've accomplished? Is there anything blocking them? What do we have? Oh my God, we have pride. We have pride in reverse and pride in upright. And then we have fertility. This came out yesterday for feminines. Let's get a little bit more. That's really double cards and reversals. So masculines, take pride in what you've birthed in this world. Take pride in, maybe you've had actual children. Take pride in your children. Take pride in your family. This might also be take pride in what your ancestors have birthed. You know, take pride in your parents, even if they haven't been maybe a healthy, maybe if you haven't had the best relationship with your parents. There's something about whatever your experience was in terms of family and growth and all those kinds of things. Be grateful for it. You're here. Without their actions, you would not be here. This is really interesting. We're getting a lot of mirroring from yesterday. You have this tulip card. It's a fame card. Yeah, masculines, where in your life have you not been able to receive praise? You know, I don't know if I was about to say we've all had that experience, but I don't know that we all have. So I've had that experience. Let me speak for myself, always taking accountability for self. You know, I've been in chapters of my life, especially in the early days of my spiritual awakening, where people who I admired, you know, people I really admired would give me the most profound feedback, the most wonderful recognition, all of these beautiful reflections, and it would sort of bounce off of me. I really I wasn't healed enough to be able to receive gracefully in that manner. Excuse me. So there's something here. It's reminding me of that. And now when people give me compliments, I know myself enough to know if what they're saying is true and valid, and not that, you know, my intuition is clear and my discernment is clear enough where I know that someone's not just trying to manipulate me, right? They're not just blowing smoke to get their own needs met. But when they're truly giving me a high vibrational reflection or feedback, I can really let it into my heart and use it as confirmation, not validation, and not, I'm not giving my power away to these compliments, to this feedback, but I'm really just grounding and using that as almost, what was the word I just used? Was it confirmation? Just like little benchmarks, like, okay, it sounds and feels like I'm on the right track. It sounds like I'm really helping people, and that my communication, my gifts, my skills, they are useful. I'm not letting it go to my head. I'm not getting a big ego about it, but I'm also not receiving it, right? I'm also not letting it bounce off of me. So masculines, there's something here about, really again, this is an inner feminine quality, right? When you learn to acknowledge and revere your internal feminine, that's when you'll be able to receive these heartfelt reflections, this beautiful sacred feedback to boost your mission here, to boost your purpose, to give yourself confidence and boost your self-esteem, to know that you are on the right track. There's something here about taking pride. You're being called to take pride in your work, in your mission, in your creations, and forget like external accolades for a moment. You are being called to take pride in your journey and what you've accomplished, because you have awareness of where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go. No one else can really hold you like you can hold you. No one holds the entire spectrum of your journey like we do, right? Only we know where we started and where we came from and where we are now. No one else can tell you that. You can tell people your story, but really you were the one that had to experience those trials and tribulations. You were the one that had to wield your sovereignty in a way that accepted the hero's journey ahead of you. You are the one that walked that hero's journey, and you are the one that came back gloriously, right? So you are allowed to return to your village and receive all of that love and celebration. That's a big message. And then in the unconscious, interesting. Well, wait, hold on. Before I do that, I forgot to talk about this card. So this card popped out sideways. It's heartfelt apology. Masculines, this continues to come up for you, so I'm just going to name it. So where have you withheld a deep, authentic, heartfelt apology? Where have you withheld that within yourself to yourself? And where have you withheld that within yourself out to the world? So meaning, do you have to apologize to internal parts of self for your behavior, for your lack of action, for your the pain that you've caused your internal parts, for not listening to your heart, for not listening to your internal feminine? So there's something about first step is cleaning up your internal family house, your internal home. And then the next step, the next part of this heartfelt apology is where out in the world do you have to reclaim an apology or close a loop or bring truth to the table. What's really interesting is we have this truth card in the unconscious position in reverse. You've heard me talk about this. When it's in the reverse in the unconscious, for me, that's a false shadow, meaning it's like, okay, I'm getting two messages here. Forgive, it's just all coming through. Hold on. I'm sort of losing it. Hold on a second. Let me talk out loud. Okay. I'm totally losing it. That was so wild. It was like 3 messages all at once, and now I have nothing. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay. There's something here that the truth you think you have to tell or that you've been withholding is not actually the truth that would heal the situation. So surrender control in this way and try to just speak from the heart. There's something here about that it's not going to look like what you think it's going to look like. The key to the kingdom, the key to reconciliation is not actually going to be the key that you think that's in your hand, right? There's something there about that. There's also something else. Hold on. Oh, and then, okay, very obvious, clear, simple message. The truth that you're dreading to speak is actually not going to be it's not going to land as hard as you think it's going to land. There's something really this is a lame way to say it, but there's something really okay about this experience, that it is safe to bring in this heartfelt apology. It is safe to step into your authentic self-expression. You are safe to be vulnerable, masculines. I'm going to say it again. Masculines, you are safe to be vulnerable. I know that's been a thing with you masculines, with us masculines, with our internal masculine parts. It's hard. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to confront our own egos when our ego is screaming, no, be strong, be stoic, don't show emotion, don't show weakness, when really, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek, right? All of the delicious, the delicious gooey center is at the core of this vulnerability. Okay, wow, okay. Let me look. We're only like 15 minutes in, and I feel like we've done a full intense reading. let's do some of these cards. I haven't done these in a while. Ooh, masculines. I feel like very fatigued. So really honor, what do I always say? Love yourself enough to take up enough space to go at your own pace. Why? So that you can access wise discernment. Discernment is always the name of the game, right? With discernment and intuition, you have the keys to the castle. All right, anything else for divine masculines? Anything else for divine masculines? What do we need to know? Anything else? Oh, that was really weird. I got an itchy ear. I always remember my grandmother said, like, if you get an itchy ear, someone's like talking about you. Or if you get itchy palms, then you're going to come into a lot of money. It's just those funny things. Oh, just funny. Okay, anything else? I haven't even asked a question. What do we want to know? Okay, Spirit, what would support masculines in stepping into this vulnerability in a very grounded, confident way? Of course we get a message. Okay. Do I want to read these reversals? I'll just put them out and then we'll talk about it. So we have protection and strength. Yeah, so masculines, maybe, okay, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You don't have to step into this heartfelt apology if you're not ready to do it. And actually, you shouldn't, right? Wield your discernment. So there's something here. Remember what I asked? I asked, what do the masculines need to know? What would make them feel safe to step into this vulnerability? You have strength and protection in reverse. So maybe masculines, you're not feeling at your best right now. Maybe you don't feel like your internal parent can protect your internal parts during this journey through this reconciliation or adversity or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, So masculines, where do you get your strength from? Let me put it on you. Let me ask you, where do you get your strength from? What makes you feel protected? Also, I mean, hello, it's not an accident that strength and protection came out together. That's a very, those are very symbiotic cards that to come out together. So it's like, what's your bodyguard, masculines? Like what would make you feel strong? What nourishes you and your internal parents to, it's that feeling. Like I'm hoping that most of us have experienced that at some point in our lives, where it's that feeling where we're no longer scared of the outcome because we trust in our ability to navigate any and all problems. That's where we're moving to. That's why we're on this path of illumination, to feel strong and to access peace in any flavor of chaos, right? To access love at the center of chaos, to really understand. So I'm putting it on you. I can't answer these questions unless, maybe more messages will come out, but let's ask more. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, masculines, I get it. Okay. We have peace and financial health that came out in reverse. Okay, it is totally understandable that if you're struggling with your financial, physical stability, meaning either energetic issues didn't we have, yes, we had health that came out in the primary position. So if you're dealing with health issues, any sort of root chakra stuff, health issues, physical stability, financial stability, your home, is your home safe? Anything to do with the root chakra, essentially. It's totally understandable if you do not have peace in these other areas of life. You are not ready to step into an extra vulnerable place because you already feel a little rattled, right? Your firm foundation is not as firm as it could be. So of course it would be difficult to add more onto your plate right now. That's totally fine. Do not cross your own boundary, masculines. Do not betray yourself, right? Wow, this is a really clear and delicious reading. This is really important too. Do not betray yourself, masculines. Only go at your own pace. And if you're worried of missing out, if you're in that like FOMO energy, know that whether it's with your divine feminine or whether it's with different opportunities, know that all in divine timing. Everything arrives in divine timing. I'm not taking those. That's way too many. Everything in divine timing. So you don't have to control this. You don't have to betray self to like rush to an opportunity. In fact, that also might be a quantum test of, yeah, let's give the masculine all these great opportunities that they always wanted, like things that you've maybe even intentionally manifested, but let's see if they're going to love themselves enough to draw boundaries, right? That could be a little bit of a test. Sorry, my voice just cut out again. It's like my throat is like closing up. So maybe you're meant to not communicate masculines, right? Maybe my throat's closing up, right? Your throat's supposed to close up. Maybe this is not a time of communication. This is a time of recalibrating your energy system so that you can recognize when spirit, when source, when the quantum field is gifting you with an awareness. I didn't talk about this, I just realized. So in the unconscious of our primary cards, we have this manifestation. So yeah, so remember, the unconscious is that which we are pushing into the shadows. So what manifestation, masculines? So I kind of get this in two ways, and I have empathy and compassion for this. So, okay, let me ask the standard question is, what manifestation are you pushing into the shadows? What would you really, truly desire that you're not allowing yourself to claim out to the quantum field? Is there something that you're not allowing yourself? Do you feel unworthy, or do you feel that you don't deserve this manifestation? So first of all, take accountability for that, because you are infinitely worthy. You come into this world worthy. Doesn't matter what you do here, and you leave this world worthy. So check yourself a little bit on that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I really understand, given what we discovered here, that if your firm foundation is not in place, right? If you are lacking stability, of course, I understand why you would push your desires away right now, because you would want to approach your desires and be in a place of strength to receive all of that manifestation. So I'm actually not looking at this as like you're pushing away things. I'm looking at this as an empowering stance, in that you are self-aware and empowered enough, and wielding your sovereignty in a way that says, you know what, I'm not ready to receive this blessing yet. I want to feel stronger, and I want to feel more like myself, more in alignment, more balanced, more in peace, more at ease before I call this into my life. So that's a beautiful thing. I've actually never read a shadow card in that empowering way. That's really powerful and really beautiful. Okay, let's get some more of these. These are working for us today. Okay, do we have any other questions? Isn't it funny? Have you guys watched me? Like, sometimes I'll shuffle forever while I'm just talking to you, but nothing comes out. But the second I ask a question, it just, spirit comes alive, and we get to flow together. It's really beautiful. Do we have any other questions? You know what? I feel called to get some of these goddess cards, because they kind of reveal a little bit of emotion and some of that. Okay. This little mini deck is a little difficult to shuffle. Oh, no, I did pretty darn good. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Let's see, masculines. Is there anything else, Spirit, we need to know? Well, okay, so we have masks in reverse. Good. I think that means you're in the process of taking off any and all masks. Let's just call it what it is. Masculine energy has been trained to put on masks to remain stoic, to remain non-emotional, to remain detached, to remain in power, whatever that means, right? These are all illusions and projections and man-made psychological, I don't know what the word is, like benchmarks. To be a masculine, you have to have these qualities, it's just an illusion. It's just a false perception. So the other message here that's coming up is that you're taking off all masks and actually allowing spirit to see your true face. And if you're allowed, this is how the divine works. If that's a big claim that just came out of my mouth. This is one idea of how the divine works. If you allow the divine into your life, it also means the divine allows you into their life. It's this beautiful, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way mirror. No, not a two-way mirror. That's not the right thing. it's a window, it's like if you can see the quantum field can see you. It's that recognition that animates this energy in your life and will blow through your life, creating all sorts of opportunities and healings and expansion. It's a really beautiful thing, masculine. So I tip my hat to you that you're taking off your mask and allowing yourself to come into this celestial alignment with all of this beauty and all this possibility and opportunity. Okay, we have rage in reverse. You've gotten this before, masculines. Spirit, say more about this rage. Ooh, betrayal. Okay. Okay, cards are popping here. This feels like a whole separate message, so let me leave that separate. Yeah, we have rage and betrayal. So masculines, a really hard part about taking off your mask and being vulnerable is that you're going to have to confront your true feelings. And sometimes when we start to peel back the layers, we find some pretty dense emotions. So I really honor that if you have experienced profound betrayal in your life, and you're allowed, it is normal to have profound rage about that. What is not normal is to shove it down and suppress it for days, months, years, decades. It's really important that you take accountability for your internal landscape and really create a sacred, safe space for you to vibrate all of the pain regarding this betrayal. I don't know if I think the first thing we think of is like somebody cheated on someone, and that could be very true, but it could also be, someone lied to you. Someone said they were going to do something that they didn't. It could be promises that were broken, or dare I say a bigger word, covenant. It could be, masculines. It's like we can't really safeguard our lives. This is what we came here to Earth School to do, is to experience all of the range of human emotion and learn how to, I was talking and shuffling and alchemy just fell on the floor. Masculines, the only way out is through. And the only way out is to call this stuff, take off the masks, which you are doing. You're taking a step toward it, but really create safe space for you to vibrate this betrayal and whatever other secondary emotions flowed from this betrayal. You are being called to task, and that task is transmutation and alchemy, right? Alchemize these emotions, like vibrate them out of your body long enough until they lose their charge, until they no longer cause pain in your heart, right? Just vibrate them out so that you can down regulate. Wow, really cool message. Do I want to talk about this? This feels like a totally separate reading. We have miracles in reverse. Sorry, let me put them up here. We have miracles in reverse, etheric cords, and good juju. Okay, so a part of this message is that with your rising self-esteem, with your rising celestial alignment, you will be able to access a more pristine intuition. With that arrival of that pristine intuition, you will have a more pristine discernment, and you will more readily able to discern which chords that need to be cut and which chords are divine, right? We have etheric chords here. So I always take this to mean like a good and not a good and a bad, but like a useful and a not useful chord, meaning there's etheric chords like our connection to source, our connection to our angels, our ancestors. There's chords that feel useful and that help us move the needle forward and help us grow and ascend and evolve. And then there's chords that we keep to ideas. There's chords we keep to limiting beliefs, to fears. We keep these chords animated in our system. It could be to people, to, it's like if someone betrayed you in your childhood, are you going to remain angry your whole life? Because that's just stealing your peace, right? That's affecting your life. It's not affecting their life. So for your own health and wellness, you are being called to vibrate all of that pain out. Yeah, and then in the unconscious position, I just looked, we have radical rebirth in the shadow position. So it's the false shadow. So This kind of goes back. I don't know where the heck we saw it, but I was talking about how masculines, it's not going to be what you think it's going to look like. So your only job is to track your heart. You can't go into this process of transmutation trying to micromanage, because remember how we started the reading? You are healing your ability to receive. You are healing your internal feminine. And part of that healing is that we surrender to that which is being gifted to us. We surrender to the mystery, right? That's not an easy thing to do. This is why people hire me, right? Because a spiritual guide cannot just throw you in the deep end, right? They have to prepare you to get to that moment of surrender, so you know what to do and that you can navigate that in an easeful way, in a way that feels calm and safe. So point being, sorry, that was a lot of hubbub and a lot of talking, but really this radical rebirth is not going to look like what you thought it was, or it's not going to be initiated by what you think it's going to be initiated by. Whew, okay, let's just, I think I'm going to close it there. This was like a really dense message, but really beautiful. We immediately got a message. I'm going to close on a Buddha wisdom card. So it says, wait, let me see if I could focus there. Be the one who is awake. Shine in radiance of spirit. Do we want to get another one? Let's get another one. We got a few. Okay, we have look not for recognition. Follow your heart. Liberate yourself from within. I mean, perfect message for the Divine Masculines with this reading. And then we have another little like heads up warning, not a warning, but it says, do not let pleasure distract you, for in craving pleasure comes sorrow, right? Anytime we crave a pleasure, we're actually creating an energetic cord. We're creating an attachment. We're creating an expectation of how we want our life to go. And by doing that, actually, we create suffering, right? It's like Buddhism, attachment is suffering. So when we can call our spirit back from places it doesn't belong and call those cords back, we free ourselves up to meet ourselves at the ever unfolding edge of the mystery, right? We get to come into relationship with who we are, with the mystery of who we are at that beautiful edge of the mystery. Beautiful masculines. I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one.